Here we are with Grant Therrien, Provincial Director of Manitoba Operations. Grant, thank you so much for joining us for our Radiothon today.
Thanks for being here today.
When we think about Manitoba in terms of all the flights that it does, and we think of Manitoba in terms of this country, sometimes we think of ourselves as small potatoes, but really in the stars industry, in comparison with the country, you guys do a lot of stuff. You're a big deal in Manitoba.
Well, yeah, the program, we're proud to say that since 2011, we've done over 6,000 missions. Annually, we average about 700 missions here in Manitoba, which makes us one of the busiest bases in Western Canada. So we're pretty proud of that, and really we're here to help as many Manitobans as we can help. And so, it's phenomenal the amount of work we've done. The team here has done so much in our first 11 years now.
And I'm sure it's not lost on you when you say the number over 6,000 missions. These are life and death missions. Like every single call you get means something intense is happening.
Yeah, absolutely. In order to have the team respond, you have to be suffering from a critical illness or injury. So, you're typically having probably one of the worst days of your life. And so those numbers relate to someone who has had perhaps a near-death experience. And really, when you talk about 6,000, that's 6,000 patients who have family members. There's always somebody who has been affected, right, or knows somebody who's been flown by stars. And so that just speaks to the work we've done here in our time in Manitoba.
You mentioned the teams that go up, the teams that go on those calls. Talk about what makes a good team and what kind of a team do you have that goes into this machine and really makes the difference?
Oh, our team are a high performance team is what we have here at STARS. It's made up of a multidisciplinary group. We have pilots, nurses, paramedics, physicians, engineers. We have support staff, right? We've got our foundation folks who help raise the funds for the program. We've got our admin folks. It's an entire village that comes together to make this operation function and be effective as it is that we see today.
Grant, you are the Director of Manitoba Operations, but you're also a paramedic. You also climb into this helicopter and go on some of these missions. First of all, how did that happen for you? Like, when did you decide to take that role of director, and why did you do that? Let's start with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been a paramedic for over 28 years, and about 11 or 12 years ago, I decided I wanted to embark on the next challenge of my career, and that was STARS. STARS was setting up a base in Manitoba, and I thought, boy, would that be great to be a part of that, to build the program, to bring on some team members here that had passion. And so for me, it was really important to be able to help, and I wanted to help build it. And so I had an opportunity to become a manager and then director. But what's important to me is also to still have the ability to go out and help people. So I continue to practice as a paramedic half the time, and that allows me to see, what are the challenges that our team is faced with, and that helps me better support them. So, but we've got a fantastic group here, unbelievable dedication, commitment. They are full of passion, so it really makes my job easy.
I can tell there is a real focus on keeping in the most pressure-filled situations, keeping things calm, keeping things professional, keeping things clear communication and all of that. But what is the biggest challenge of doing what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the environment is one of the biggest challenges. I mean, we pick the best of the nurses, best of paramedics who come from their conventional environments, and we say, okay, be a great medical profession. Now in the back of this helicopter with the turbulence and vibrations, and we're going to land you at night on the side of a roadway where you're going to encounter someone who's really sick or injured. So really it's the environment that's really challenging. But here at STARS we do a lot of training, and we do a lot of simulation training, and we push our people to be able to perform under those special challenging circumstances or environment. And so much like aviation has done historically, medicine has learned from aviation. You sim and you train as though it's real life. So we do hundreds of hours of training. We make sure our people are comfortable and they have all the tools to their disposal. One of the things that having a foundation provides us with is all the tools that we need. So equipped in this helicopter is the latest in technology, and we put the tools in the hands of our professionals so that they can save lives.
What is it about the humans that work here that are essential to you? What are some of the things you look for in the people that you're sending up in the air and to save our lives as Manitobans? You know, what makes them special?
Well, they are special, and they are folks who are at the top of their game, and in terms of their profession, they can operate under pressure. They're committed. They genuinely want to help people under the toughest of conditions. And when you can do that and be focused and provide that excellent care, then we're definitely interested in having you on our team. Now, I'll say that all our teammates our team members are also human, and there is a time where, you know, after you've come back from a mission, that you decompress like everyone does. And we have a peer support team here, so we keep an eye on our folks to make sure that they're looked after they go on a tough mission, and that they're okay and they're ready to come back for another mission.
How essential are the donations that we are gathering to making STARS happen?
Well, I'll start by saying they're very important. They're crucial. In fact, that's what allows us to be at the top level of our game here. We have a blended funding model. We do get funding from our government partners, but really it's the funding from the foundation that allows us to take our program to the highest of limits. So when you talk about training, equipment, technology, this aircraft was completely fundraised. Right? So every dollar raised in Manitoba stays in Manitoba. It goes towards this program. It goes towards what you see inside this hangar and within the professionals we have here and their equipment. And so I always say you put the right tools in the hands of the right providers, and you're going to have a success, and that's what we see here. So we're very proud of the program here. We've had a lot of initiatives that have been, I would say, leading edge. You've heard over the years how we've implemented ultrasound, blood on board, night vision goggle technology, and that's all because we have donors who've come to us and say, we want to help, we want to make your program cutting edge. So we're very grateful for that, and we appreciate it. And as I said, every dollar raised in Manitoba stays in Manitoba.
You, as director, must hear back from a lot of families and people who have literally been helped by STARS, like the families that surround those people and the people themselves. Do you have a special moment that will stand out for you, or that does stand out for you, of someone who came back and said, well, I wouldn't be able to come back and say thank you if it weren't for you and your team literally saving my life?
That's one thing that's somewhat unique to this workplace, is that when patients are ready to come back, meet their crew, see the helicopter, we might hear from them months, even years later. They will call us and arrange a reunion with their original crew. Very emotional, very touching. It's something that our crews have not experienced in other workplaces. It's a very touching moment. The patients will come in with their families, and sometimes they're just trying to repiece, that portion of what was the worst day of their life, and they want to know, what was going on. And so it's very emotional, very touching, but it reminds us as to why we do this job, and to see somebody walk through the doors or come in through a wheelchair, they're alive, and it's because we played a part in that, and we're honored to have had that opportunity.